Hi everybody, and welcome to Teri's Crafty Christmas 25. Now this is the second annual Teri's Crafty Christmas. That's why the 25 is on there, to distinguish it from last year's annual Teri's Crafty Christmas. And this year it's even bigger, so that's great for you. We have 40 plus collaborators at the last count. I think it was 43, including me. There's going to be 55 plus YouTube videos. The reason there's more is because we have 3 challenge videos, and we'll talk about that in just a second. And then, of course, I do tutorials throughout the month, so that adds another 13 videos to the 40, I think 42 or 43. So there's 2 giveaways. We're going to talk about these in just a second. Now, yesterday on the 1st, I did an intro video and the first challenge video. And in that video, I went over in detail how to do all this. So I'm just going to briefly go over it really quick. So go to yesterday's video, and you will see in detail how to do all this. So there's going to be a YouTube giveaway with 3 prizes. All you have to do is comment under this video using the hashtag Teri's Crafty Christmas 25. And then there's a Facebook giveaway with 25 plus prizes, and you access that through one of my 3 or all of my 3 Facebook groups. I suggest all 3 so you can get 3 entries per post. And there's going to be weekly freebies and weekly challenges. And the challenges are sort of inspiration videos. You don't have to make the exact thing, but it's something fun for you to do in about an hour. Now, all the links of everything that I'm discussing are going to be at one simple link for you this year. All you have to do is go to Linktree / Teri's Crafty Christmas 25. Now, Linktree is a little different than other links. It's linktr.ee. Okay, so the period is not before a .com, it's before a .ee. Okay, and that's all there is for that sheet. And guess what? There's only 2 sheets to go over. Now, this one is a little bit more because it's how to enter the giveaways. The first giveaway is the Facebook giveaway. Now, the drawings are going to be on December 31st, so you have until December 30th at 3 p.m. my time, which is Pacific time, to get your entries in. I'm 3 hours earlier than the East Coast, so I figured 3 p.m. would be 6 p.m. for you guys there in, on the East Coast, 5 p.m. for others. And then in Europe, they're 9 hours ahead of me. So they have, or I'm 9 hours behind them. Well, same difference, isn't it? So you get a lot more time. You get till midnight in the Netherlands, for example, to enter your projects and or comments under the videos. Now, you're going to go to either the Sweet Pea Papers Junk Journal Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal Tutorials and Paper Crafts Facebook group to post your entries. So what's an entry? You just post your Christmas project using any Christmas papers. You don't have to use the papers that all of us collaborators are using. We had, I believe, 9 wonderful people, designers, that donated a kit for the collaborators to use to create these projects for you. And there's going to be a link there in the link tree, so you can go check out their Etsy shops. Please do so. And make sure to visit all the other collaborators' videos. There's going to be anywhere from 2 to 3 a day. Yes, for you to take a look at. I told them to do a minimum of 20 minutes. There's no upper limit, so I'm not really sure how long each person's video is going to be. So what you do is you post your Christmas project using any Christmas papers, using the hashtag Teri's Crafty Christmas 25 in the post, right? And you have December 1st through the 30th to get it in. And you can post your image or images or video of your project in all 3 groups to get 3 entries. Each post is worth 1 entry. Okay, there's more than 20 prizes, from anywhere from junk journal kits to a Christmas folio, which is what I'm going to make, and that's going to be sort of the first place prize. The other prizes don't really have an order, except for, well, there's a second place prize too, and that's going to be a Junk Journal Crafters grab bag, and I'm just going to put a whole bunch of supplies and things in there for a junk journaler and seal that big bad boy up and send it to you as your prize. Now there's a second contest or a giveaway, drawing, whatever you'd like to call it, and that's the YouTube giveaway. And all you have to do to enter is comment on any or all of the Sweet Pea Papers Teri Crafty Christmas videos from December 1st through the 30th at 3 p.m. my time. Now, the videos for the collaborators do not count. Don't post a with the well, you can with the hashtag if you want, but you won't get entered in the contest from the collaborators videos. Only from my videos. There's going to be like 14 of them, 13, 14 of them. So that gives you that many chances to enter. And so you just comment anything. Hopefully it's something nice under the video, and then add the hashtag to your comment. And if you do that, then you're going to get 1 entry per post, 1 post per video in the YouTube giveaway. 3 junk journal kits are going to be given away in this giveaway. And so if you want to make your own junk journal, which most of you are because that's why you're here, then you're going to get a junk journal kit to get you started. Okay, all the links are in the Linktree link, and that's going to be below the video, of course, and along with a couple of details, but it isn't very long to read under the video. Now look at that. Look how I did that this year. 2. That's it. Just 2. Okay, today is our first video in our first tutorial series by me. And these are the papers we're going to use. The kit is by one of the donors, of course, and it's called Wraithwood Christmas, and it's by Ink and Page. So that link is going to be on the Linktree. You just click on donors and designers and kit and prize. Let me start that over. Designers and prize donors link in the Linktree, and that will take you over to all the Etsy shops, and you'll be able to go visit Ink and Page. Now, we're going to go over the papers real quick, and we should actually be able to start. Let me get a couple of pages. We're going to try to make, we've only got 6 videos, I believe, maybe 5. I'll make it 6 somehow. I'll work it in to make this journal. It may possibly not all fit in the 6 videos. The 1 video's the flip through, 1 video's making the cover, so it's only really 4 videos to make the journal, and it may not fit in. So here's a quick look at the kit. It's really cool. These are the pages. Now there's some full paper pages, and the pictures are awesome. Here's some writing space on this one. Look how beautiful that is. She's ready for Christmas. It looks like she might be getting married on Christmas. How fun would that be? Here's some writing pages. These two are not the same. They're similar, but not the same. This one I really love. Here's this one's pretty cute. And another beautiful lady. This kit has 10, I believe 20 pages, and then close to 15 pages of ephemera. So it's a very large kit for you if you want to purchase it. I'm going to talk to the designer and see if I can get her to put this on sale for December, and I'm pretty sure I can for you. However, it is not an expensive kit to begin with. And here's our writing pages here. We've got our grid. We've got the plain one. We've got one with lines. And then we have another plain one with more, you know, decoration around the edges. So that's those. Then we have then we have the backing papers. Let me go through these real quick for you. Look at this one. Isn't this pretty? Very pretty. So is this one. And these can easily be cut in half or folded. They still, you know, make an image. You have your winter scene on this side and a winter scene later on in the journal. Of course, now you know me. I cut my pages in half, and then I put them on the folded papers. So I actually end up with 2 separate images that I can put wherever I want. There's this image, which is really cool. I was thinking about making that as my cover image, but then the I still could actually, but I think I'm going to use something else. I love, 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 love this backing paper, and I really love this one too. It's upside down. Like Christmas ornaments. Then we have another patterned paper. Now this one's pretty cool. It's a backing paper, but it's half and half, which will help me. And we have this paper. We'll be making pockets and stuff out of these. There's 3 pockets in the kit, but I think we need more. These 2 are the papers that I printed on the back because they're light enough to write on. So this is going to be on the backs of all the papers that I printed. These are regular 8.5 by 11 pages, so it's not a European kit. So you don't have to mess around with the printing to get it to print out on 8.5 by 11 in the US. So let's talk about, I didn't go through and pick which one I wanted to be the first page because I forgot that since we're making a journal, we can go right into it. I don't have to, I don't have to trim out the papers. I didn't show it to you with the white borders. Let me show you this real quick too. There's all of this ephemera. Now there's about 10 pages that I did not print out because I didn't need them. I love these. I want to show you these real quick. It's a set of circles, and they go from this small, and then this one, and then you get these larger ones, which will make great pockets and tucks. And then we go to these 2, which I'm probably going to use on the cover of my journal. I'll probably put this one on the front and this one on the back. Let me get these back in order. But I really love that idea. And I think Debbie did a great job. And then that's why I put this holly and ivy separate, because I want to put it on the cover. And I don't want to forget or lose it. Then we've got tags everywhere, all different sizes. Writing cards. And I didn't, there's some writing cards that are really cool, but I didn't think that we would have room for them. There's these and these, and there's two sets of the men and the women. There's a set of children, which I thought I just had. Oh, here it is. And that's really awesome too. And I may go ahead and cut these out and use them because they're a little bit smaller. And put them in the journal. There's a whole page of tabs. And it's got some circles on it that are punchable. They're like 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2 inch circles. The rest of the ephemera, here's your 3 tags. There's a couple of envelopes. There's 2 library card pockets. We'll go over that when we use one. 2 faux folders. Put these back in order. I won't be able to find them again. You know me, everything's got to be just so. And then we've got all of this smaller stuff. Oh, here's what the circles look like on the page with the, what did I just say they were? Now I don't remember what's on the other half of this page. Anyway, here's the circles that you can punch out. Looks like there's 1 and 2. Or maybe 1 and 1.5. There's lots of ephemera. Fussy cut ephemera. I use my scanning cut. And then there's the kind of ephemera that's the smaller little things that you can, you know, use. There's some really pretty cards. There's a page with some text. What did I do with that? Oh, here is the other half of this page. There's another version with these are blank so that you can write in whatever you like. And then it's a second set of the same words, but in a different font. Okay. And there's some flags and some more circles. So that's what we've got for that. So let's go ahead and make our first signature. I'm not really sure with the amount of time that we have. We should be able to make 2 signatures because we've got quite a few of those pretty pages to put in. I'm going to be inking in black. I forgot that we were going to go ahead and make stuff in this video, so I don't have anything inked. We'll try to overcome that. And this is all that it is to make the journal. Why does that not look right? I love this bone folder. I got it on Amazon and it's Teflon, so your stuff doesn't stick to it. I've had this for several years and it looks brand new. It's by Crafty, not tree, but treat. And it's only 1 T in the middle. There's no craft treat. It's craft treat. It's hard to see the paper on this. Make sure I've got it lined up. That's why I usually have these folded before I start. Yes, we're going to make black pages. They are going to look great with these images, don't worry. Be a classy Christmas. Not that you can't make a classy Christmas with another color. Okay, there's going to be 3 pages per signature. So that's going to be 24 pages. That should be plenty for our purposes. And we're just going to take them, of course, and put them inside each other. The advantage to using the black is I don't have to ink the papers. Okay, so on the first page of this signature, I think I want to use one of these full page pictures. And I'm thinking this one with the Christmas tree. Move these back over here. Yeah, I think that's the one I want to use. This one's nice. I like that one too for a first page. I think I'm going to go with the scene at home with the Christmas tree. You cut that in half. I don't know why I did that. I only needed the top part to be folded. The reason I do it that way is because with the paper trimmed off, it's not just, you can't just stick it in there and cut it off at 5.5. Okay, so this one's going to be easy. All we have to do is ink it. Get out my black soot and my black dauber. I have one set up for black, one set up for brown, and then I have 2 blank ones. Not really sure why there's only one right. Oh, because I'm using one for purple. I'm making, as I'm filming this, I'm making a project by Ink and Page. She's got a free project every month, and you get free printout to go with it, so it's pretty much a kit. And this month we're making a hidden journal. It comes out in this box, which is really cool, all the mechanics of it and everything. And it's purple. So that's why I have the purple dauber set aside. I'm using Villainous Potion. Okay, so all we have to do is glue that on the page. There's going to be several pages. I'm going to put that over there for. That we're just going to glue on. So that's why it's, I think we're going to be able to go through fairly quickly. In fact, we may have enough time. Each one of the projects that I make is going to be with a different kit from the papers that were donated to me and the collaborators from our wonderful designers that are taking part in the collaboration. I really hope you watch the videos. We're going to have some very talented people for you to watch doing Christmas projects. Each person is doing one video. There's a couple that are doing 2. But what that means is that each video that you watch is going to be a project that you can complete in the amount of time of that video. So, except for maybe any prep time or whatever that you would have. So, I'm going to take this out so I can see what I'm doing. But anyway, so you'll be able to be done and have a project that you can use as a gift or to put in your own journal, your own Christmas journal, or anything like that. Okay, so there's our first page for our signature. And I didn't make any plans at all for the rest. So let's make I got these on Amazon. There's 100 in here. And I also got these black envelopes on Amazon. I use black a lot, so. And of course, you can get the CD covers in white. Get over there. Can't get it to go where it's supposed to go. Get in there. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a CD envelope. And that, of course, means that we can use another one of our beautiful full-page pictures, or we can put one of the writing papers in so that you have something to write on underneath our flip out. So I think I like this one for the next page. I got two here. I love this stairway on this one. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, this one's really pretty. They're all pretty. Pretty. I approached the designer of this kit through her Etsy shop and asked her if she wanted to participate, and she was kind enough to do so. So I think that was pretty cool. Most of the others, you know, I put out a call and they volunteered, which is cool as well. And then we'll have to pick out papers, something for the front of the kit, or CD cover, and something for the back. I'm going to try to keep these these videos a manageable length as well. So, of course, this one I kind of went a little overboard on the explanation, just in case you didn't see the video yesterday. But from now on, I'm not going to go super detailed in every single video, so don't worry. I did it again. Okay, so we're going to put that in the back as our paper. And I think what we'll do is we will put maybe the Christmas ornaments on the front of the CD. I don't know, those are big patterns. I think maybe we'll just put a pattern on the front of the CD cover instead of a page with images, because the images are going to be too big. You're only going to see a little bit of the border, and it won't be a good use of one of those pages. Okay. These just don't look inked for some reason. Of course they will once they're on the page. We can move this out of the way. We won't need it till later. And so let's get the paper for this. And I'm thinking, I was thinking this one, right? Oh, come here. I was thinking this one right here would be pretty. And I think what I'm gonna do is separate these from the rest so that I, well, now you see this one and this one could be used on here, but see the pattern is so big, the colors would be gorgeous, but you wouldn't be able to tell that they're trees. So not really sure that would make a difference. What about this one with this paper? I don't know, maybe that one would be better. Oh, look at this. This is nice. We've got our two writing papers. I like this one with this too. I think I might go back and go with the green. The dark green. I like that. This way, this time I'm gonna do it the way I normally do it. The reason I do it this way, other than finding the real center once I've trimmed the white off, because my printer trims or prints out a quarter of an inch, not a quarter of an inch. Anyway, twice as big of a border on one side than it does on the other three sides for printing, and I don't know how to turn it off, and it doesn't look like you can. It's almost like a default setting, so that's no fun. So let's there were there the ones I cut apart. Okay, that's going to be the page. Did I ink this? Yes. And let's flip this over to the light side. And we're going to have the border. So we need to have this stick out a little bit. And then we're going to mark a little bit inside for the border. And let's wait to do that one, because otherwise we're just going to cut that mark off. These are notoriously crooked, so don't be surprised if your paper doesn't come out crooked as far as in relationship to the edges of the CD cover. I'm going to line all of my CD covers with black. That way, no matter what card we put in there, you know, it won't matter. Oops, that goes that way. That's directional. We're going to use our Big Shot. And I'm going to use the 3-inch circle. This is actually, I believe, a 4-inch circle, but I use the 3 because it gives me a little wiggle room around the inside. Now my die cutter, my Big Shot, I don't put it under the camera because I'll tell you why. A, this is not a Big Shot tutorial, and B, it slides my glass mat around and it's very irritating. So let me cut this to size. I do have new plates, so that's an advantage. I don't know why everybody says theirs doesn't do it, but mine makes it good. It's more so when it's a corner, because it pops out over that rim. So I'm not sure why everybody else's doesn't do it, but apparently it doesn't. Now we've got a round card that we can use. Okay, so we're going to ink this, which I should have inked the outside edges before I cut the circle. It's much easier that way. You don't have to ink, but because I'm using black paper, I want the edge of the paper to not be white. Even though black and white's like a tuxedo, it's very classy. You know, I think I will cut those kid images out because I think one would look nice on a pocket on the back side of this. I may have a tag that I can add to it from the large tag selection that I have as well. Let's get this glued on. I hope that doesn't mean that my glue was open all night. Oh no, we just used it. That's why the pin was out. Silly me. But it looks like this video is going to take the full amount of time instead of these tutorial videos are a little different than the collaborator videos. This one project over several videos, and they're doing theirs to where they fit in one project video. Does anybody know what I didn't do before I measured this paper? Oh look, that came out nice. Didn't cut the end so I could put a card in. Doesn't take much. You don't have to cut off much. Okay, now I'm not going to put the center in on these except once. and then you'll see how to do it. And get a black piece of paper. Sorry for the reach. Sorry for the reach. Then I'll use my chalk pencil. It's going to come out to be a little bit bigger than, or the same size as the card we make. And once you see how to do this, you'll know how to make the card. So I'll make the cards off camera for any CD covers that we make. My hands are cold. As you can tell, I left my hand warmers on by accident, but I'm kind of glad I did. All you want to do is make sure that it fits. So in order for it to go in, it needs to be narrower. So you just mark a little bit less than where the paper goes in. You cut that off. Then once you do that, you should be able to slide it in. I'm pretty good at guesstimating. Slide it in. You want to flip it over and make sure, because this isn't glued shut yet, you want to make sure you don't make it to where it sticks out past, right? Because we're going to cut it off. So you want it to be right up to the edge where the flap folds. And then just cut it off even with the end. Or maybe a smidge shorter, not much. And then all you do is glue it to this back side. You don't want to glue it to the front, because then you've glued it to your acetate. I put mine in, and all you have to do really is glue the front end where the papers go in and out. Kind of a cheat. So to do that, let me double check the size. Yeah, that's good. So to do that, the easiest way is to make it go like this. Push it this way, like this, and then put your bead of glue along there. I forgot to wait for my air bubble. You don't need a ton of glue. All you need is enough to hold it in. Okay. Let's do the back. And I think what I'm going to do is I might do this Christmas tree pattern, or do I want to do this? I think I want to do this on the back. Now from here on out, I'll probably have those single pages glued in already before we start the video. I don't know, I really like that. I don't like it against that though. But I do like this with that candle. Look, the trees go over half by just a little bit. But you can't tell they're trees really here, except for that tree right there. So let's work around that. Make sure to go all the way to the edge on this one. Even though you didn't on the other one, you want to go all the way to the edge on the back one because you want to be able to glue this opening shut. You're going to have to glue twice, one on the front part and one on the back part. And then bring it down so you have your border here. And then your little border here at the bottom. If you can't see it, go ahead and get your chalk pencil. It is going to be shiny, but the lead. But if you put a little bit of chalk over it, like so, you can see the line perfect. Just a little tip. We'll put this on the back. I ended up doing it the wrong way, didn't I? That's okay. Let's ink it real quick. Then I'll put a piece of ephemera and a word on the front of the flap. We're going to put a pocket on here. I need to get my black tabs out to put on my cards. I'm probably going to have to print out more of the backing pages, even though there's quite a few. There's a couple that are those solid images, and for something small like this, you know what I mean, we won't be able to use them for that. You want to line it right up with the black. You don't want this white to show right here. I'm going to line it right up with the fold on that side. But yeah, we still want to be able to fold this. But now the back side of our pocket is still open. So we're going to do the same thing that we did on the front when we glued the back on. Only of course we're going to be doing it backwards. And that glues that shut. Okay, so now let's take the paper from the front which is just a smidge bigger. Okay. We'll make a pocket. I think I'm just going to cut this in half. Let's just make a 2-inch pocket. I don't know how much this is, but 2-inch looks good to me. Yeah, I think it's a 3-inch paper. So we're going to take this and make our pocket. Then all we have to do is put some sort of a decoration or something on the pocket. I hope I put this the right way, this paper. Oh, it goes this way. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Like I said, oh, this is directional. I need to put it a certain way. Okay. So now we're just going to glue it on 3 sides. So just put your hand on the side you don't want to glue. Little cheat there. Come on, glue. Okay. It's a little short because I cut it a little bit too short, but that's all right. We don't want it to interfere with the fold. So just make sure you've got an equal amount. If that happens to you, just center it on the page. And then we'll put some stuff in here. And some sort of, oh wow, look what I just did. My big fat fingers. And once it's dry, we'll put some stuff in there. Ideally, you would want this to be the exact same size. Let's ink this in case any of it shows. That way it won't be white. At the very least, it will be gray. I just do that along this edge right here. Sometimes I forget to do that. And now we're going to glue this onto the paper. And put it out about the center. I want it that far down. Oh, guess what I did? I forgot to put the magnet on. Gotta love fabric tack. We don't have to take it all the way off. We just need to be able to reach in there and get our magnet where it's supposed to go. I knew I was moving along too quickly. When I talk a lot, then I don't think a lot. I just use Scotch tape to hold it down because of course we're going to use glue to hold the paper down. And we'll just put a little more glue back on here. It takes a little bit for it to dry when they're together, but put it out in the air. It dries quicker. Let me just glue that back down. Okay, then we're going to close it. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to get our second magnet. Make it where it sticks to the first one. tape it. They just save on the expense of glue, which the Fabri-Tac would hold it, but I don't want to wait for it to dry. Now this is put on the wrong side. It should open out, right? Facing the outside edge and not the center. So we're going to have to put this on page 3 instead of page 2, because once again, not paying attention. That way our tab, and we can have a charm and everything on it. I won't be able to have the charm on today because we're going to run out of time. In fact, we've only got 5 minutes left. But you should always have where you glue on the flap, unless you're doing 2 flaps, on the inside of the page and not the outside. That's a new ding for my phone. I'm not really sure what that is. Okay. Yeah, these are going to look nice. These papers with the black. Okay. So that's going to do it. All we need to do is put something in the pocket, decorate the pocket, decorate the front, and make the card. And if I hadn't had to go extra long on the beginning, we would have had time to do some of that. Plus I didn't pick anything out ahead of time. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. I will see you on Wednesday, the 4th, with the second video in this series. And then today there's 1 or 2 more people. There was another person extra yesterday, so go back and watch that. There's going to be in that link tree, there's a list of all the collaborators and in order of the day that they are on. So you can just click. You don't have to worry about, are you doing it in order and has that person published their video yet or not. They're all going to be on the link tree in order, day 1, day 2, day 3, so that you can just go to the days ahead of what you're at and make sure that you're going to have some videos to watch. Okay, don't forget to comment below the video using the hashtag Teri's Crafty Christmas, and that way you will get an entry into the drawing. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye bye.